What's up with it, y'all? Yeah, we back. We back again with another one. Hope everybody having a swell day today, cause you know my days is always gravy. They always good. I can't deny that. And before we get started, let me thank everybody for for joining, being around as we dive into these topics. I thank everybody for being here, and I hope you like the video. You can share it if you want. That's good too. But as I was saying, people don't understand that when it comes to these to us and African Americans or and Africans, we are just not the same. And it's wild because it don't even got like it ain't even being said in a disrespectful way. So I can't understand why people would be mad that this is being said when it's something that them themselves been showing for the longest. Like they've been saying it, they've been showing it for the longest. So when we say it, now it's a problem, and it's like how is it a problem? You feel me? Like we saying we different, and we trying to beat ourselves like we've been doing. But thanks for TikTok for always, elaborating, having so many people elaborate on these things and talk about them. You know what? You gonna see the TikTok person name up here as we go. I think it's on this side or this side, however you say it. So if you want to jump in on their conversations and you be on TikTok, it's there. So yeah, it's some other things that I want to share too. It's crazy because today I was when I came in and I jumped on the computer, I seen some it was I don't know if they from Uganda, they from Africa, but they was talking about was doing a video on on O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? And I was like, wait, what the hell? You feel me? They had the dude on there that scammed him. So I'm like watching, I'm like, wait, hold on, okay, wait, I want to see if this dude gonna start talking mess. I went to Duke Jackson channel on one of his videos, and I like posted the name of the video, and was like telling him like, bro, they doing a live on you right now on that stuff that happened out there. They got the dude on the channel, right? And dang, I went back, and a little while later he popped in. I was like, I'm watching, you feel me? He just started kind of, saying his part. But it's wild, right? Because when you listen to the whole thing, the back and forth of them, the dude didn't have nothing bad to say. I mean, when it's crazy. He didn't have nothing bad to say about O'Shea. But it's wild. You hook him up with people that was scammers, and they scammed him. And you feel me? I'm like going, that's just wrong in itself. If I know my folks or somebody I know be getting people, why am I gonna hook somebody up that's actually gonna get them for their stuff? And it's wild because dude was like everything O'Shea was saying, dude was saying it was truthful. Like, it was something that he said wasn't, but most of the stuff he was saying he like the blender and stuff, and like which I couldn't understand, like somebody coming to your house, seeing or being at your house, or even how'd you even see or know that I got these two things, and then you going, okay, since you ain't using that one, I love to have that one for my wife. It's like, bro, why don't you just go and buy you one? Like, like it don't matter how many I got in my house. Why is that even something that's cool? Like I can see if I just brought it up to you, was like, hey man, yeah, I got two of these. You feel me? I'm gonna give you one. You want one? Like that's different. But when people come in your house and they actually looking at your stuff and peeping like the little stuff you got, and then they start asking for it, it's like, where we do that? When did we start doing that? When was that ever okay? Like when did like oh man, this should be crazy. It'd be crazy because it's like when is that okay? That's an okay thing. Oh, right there, that would have let me know about a person right there. Like like you seeing in my space and you knowing this, and you ask for stuff that's in my space when I'm already putting bread in your pocket. I felt like he was wrong. That's it. That's what I felt like. I felt like dude from Uganda, wherever he from, the African dude, he was wrong. He know he was wrong. He know he was wrong. That's it and that's all. But on that note, we about to jump off into this. You feel me? The FBA. And we're gonna, I think it's a couple of Africans in here talking too, but you know, the back and forth, because it's like, wow, because when we say we delineating, why they make it seem like it's a war? Like it's a war. Like, how's it a war? We just, like, people just saying, you know, we want to be our own people. We, you know, because y'all do stuff and then y'all claim to be one of us. And then you have your people even in office and your people doing other things and claiming to be one of us and basically still benefiting off of us in one way or another. In every which way possible, they benefiting off of us. And then they're acting like one of us and having us follow them and support the things that they're doing just for, you know, to get paid from us. You know, and it's like that change right now with everybody saying, no, we delineating. Like us, FBAs, we different than everybody else. We different from the Pan-Africans, the African-Americans, whatever you want to call them, and we our own people. We our own thing. It's been like that for a long time. And it just tripped me out that, okay, dang, they getting mad. And then when we get mad and we start talking mess back, then they want to, like, you know, make it seem like we just picking on them. It's like, no, you know, let's come on, man. You feel me? And like I said, a lot of times I come in here, I don't do this to try to push no hate on nobody. You feel me? All I'm doing is, oh, this is what y'all said. You're gonna answer for what you said, not for what I'm just hearing you said. I'm hearing it come out your mouth. I'm hearing it come out your mouth, especially, and when somebody say you said it, I hear it come out your mouth. So I'm just saying, we answering to all that, and we putting a stop to people just coming in and getting our money, like, because that's what it's about with them, and that's why they're frustrated. Because you go, if I just go, okay, I'm not spending with you no more, I'm not messing with you no more. Why would you get an attitude? Like, why are you mad? Oh, yeah, because you know them funds ain't coming your way no more. Now, you know, because you know we get to spend it. Man, when this shit flip all the way over and we get to spend it with each other, they already know what's going to happen. We already untouchable, unstoppable, you know, all the things. Everybody copy this. Just wait till it flip all the way over. You like all the way over. It's going to be crazy. But let's get into the video.
Blacks have this.
Wait, no, I'm gonna do this one.
And I've been hearing a lot online about foundational Black Americans versus African immigrants.
Why is it so low?
Americans settle and become African Americans. Now, myself personally, I don't have a problem with it because this is the truth. The only difference between foundational Black Americans and African immigrants is we were here.
This one must just be low, bro.
But we are from Africa, the same as they are from Africa. You see,
Let me just stop right there.
Let me just stop right there.
See, if this man was talking to me in the 1960s, 1970s, even possibly the 80s, I would say some of the things he's saying is correct. But today, if you still on that type of thinking, something's wrong. You have ambitions of being in Africa.
Yeah, it's kind of low. I'm gonna just go on. Now watch. We gonna get to the African dude where he said the Africans is winning. And I was like, what you mean winning what? Like, what is there to win? That's the thing. What is there to win? You act like it's something to win, and there's nothing to win. We not fighting to win anything. We're just saying we different, okay? Somebody said, why do people keep grouping all Black Americans together? Because clearly we are not all a we. We are not all the same. Some are pals. I don't know what POWS mean. Some came with the colonizer, some are mixed with immigrant cultures. Yeah, we just not the same. And like a lot of people just don't want to accept that.
This FBA versus Africa thing is getting too crazy at this point. And it is way too many of you Africans that have gotten so comfortable with talking down on black Americans, and we're here. That's
Ain't
why I'm here and I'm
nobody
able
here.
to talk, because of what my father and grandfather and great-grandfather did in this country. So you have no room to talk on what black Americans are doing. Now back to a live that I was listening to earlier. Shout out to my girl Halo. If you in the FBA space, you know who Halo is. Inside of her live, I heard too many Africans talking too much shit about black Americans. And one thing that constantly comes up is education. If you were educated enough to do the research, you would see that y'all do not touch us in education. All right? According to the census as well as the Department of Education, there is roughly 2.7 to 3 million Africans inside of the United States right now. Well,
Tracy,
there is roughly 2.6 to
subscribing,
2.7 million black Americans with
Tracy
master's
Jackson.
degrees alone.
man.
There is about 7 to 8 million of us that have bachelor's degrees alone. There is more of us with master's degrees
Greetings.
than your whole population from your continent inside of the United States. Not your country, your continent. There is almost more black Americans currently enrolled in college than your whole population from your continent. So please tell me how y'all are more educated.
I'm not saying this to even be funny. Do they like have colleges and stuff like that in all their countries? Like, is that a thing?
You do not stand up. The numbers is not in you guys' favor. See, what they've been doing is they've been comparing you to your own people. Let's just say they have 100,000 Nigerians. If 60,000 of them get college degrees, it looks like 60% of them are doing way better than less than a 25% of black Americans. It's a numbers game. But realistically, we have almost triple the amount of college educated people than your whole continent inside of the United States. So stop with the smoke. Like I said, that is not for all Africans. The ones that respect black Americans and understand our fight in this country, I appreciate that. But y'all need to start checking the ones that come on here talking reckless to us, especially the men. Because if you coming in here talking crazy and you have shown that you're a coward running from wherever you come from, I'm going to call ICE. I'm going to call ICE. Let me know what y'all think. I'll see you on the next. This FB.
I ain't calling ICE on nobody. I don't mess with the police. You will be at all.
And Lord, I'm not trusting. Lord, I'm not share this message. You know how you know black Americans are not African? You know how you really know? Is the difference in how black Americans are treated from Africans.
Exactly.
You know, Caucasians, they and other races of people treat Africans much different than they treat black Americans. Now, why is that? Because they recognize that there's two totally different cultures and two totally different people. Even Africans recognize that. When Muhammad Ali said what he said about when he was in Louisville, in St. Louis somewhere in 1958, he said he tried to go into a coffee and sandwich shop, a white coffee and sandwich shop, and he said he saw an African guy going in there. He said they both went in together, and the African guy was real darker skinned, dark African, and he said he had on his African clothes and everything. And when Muhammad Ali came up, that lady said, "We don't serve Negroes," but they did serve the African, because the owner said, Muhammad Ali heard him. He said, the owner said, he's okay. You could serve the African. He's not a Negro.
Man.
Do you understand?
It was a difference.
He said, go look up that Muhammad Ali quote he said about that. He didn't understand at the time. Muhammad Ali said, and the white man said, so if that white man knew that, that means all white people knew that Africans and Negroes are two totally different people. That's my point. This is back in 58. Go look up that quote Muhammad Ali said, where he said the African was darker than him, had the African, his attire, whatever that African stuff when he was wear that they clothes, and he said, he's okay to serve. He's not a Negro, the African. Okay? I want y'all to check that out when you get a chance. Go check that out. Just saying that we two totally different people. Africans and Negroes are totally different people. The Negroes are the
Totally
American
different.
indigenous people. Out.
Totally different.
Stop giving this guy attention. He trying to pay bills. Food stamps ran out, remember? First and foremost, do you actually believe I'm making money on TikTok? To the point where it can pay bills, I can just live good and stuff like that? No. I've been getting money, nigga, okay? I didn't grow up poor like you Africans. I just didn't grow up like that. I had a great mother and father that provided for me. Real talk. I know what it's like to have food in the refrigerator as a kid. Like, I used to wake up in the morning, go to the refrigerator, and pick what I want out to eat. Then I can come back at 12 o'clock, and whatever I didn't eat earlier that day is still in the refrigerator, still sitting on the stove. I know what it's like to have clean water. We had one of them water dispensers in our house. You know what I'm saying? Where I can just grab a cup from the cabinet, go to this water dispenser, and I can pick cold, lukewarm if I want some water. That's the type of shit I was on growing up. Let me tell you something. I do this for the love of the game. I just love this shit. Let me say that again. I love this shit. I love talking shit to you motherfuckers. I enjoy it. I wake up every day thinking about y'all. I be thinking about the most wildest stuff that I wish I could put on TikTok, but they'll take me down, boy. I offend a lot of people, okay? I wake up every day to create AI photos of y'all. I really get a kick out of it. I really get a kick out of seeing the comments of my peers talking crazy about y'all. I love it. I love it. Ooh, I love it. You just don't know how it made me feel on the inside. Maybe I'm a shallow nigga or something. I don't know. But I love talking about y'all. I love talking about the Africans. I love talking about the Mexicans. I love talking about the Caribbeans. I like talking about white people. I enjoy that shit. But you Africans, y'all are the hot topic right now. So I'm gonna continue to talk about y'all. And let's say I was getting food stamp and ran now. At least I get to eat. That's the thing y'all don't understand. I get to eat. I don't have to sit in the middle of a fucking football field and wait on a helicopter to drop me off some food.
Wow.
I can just
Thanks
use
for
my
subscribing.
EBT card, or
Thanks
in
for
Texas, we got the
subscribing
Lone
to
Star card.
Donis.
I can use that yellow Lone Star card, swipe it, and give me some food. Y'all can't do that. Y'all don't know what that's like. Y'all wish y'all had that. See, white people ain't coming to
Who
me
made these
with a bowl of
photos,
rice and
man?
some porridge on top of it and feeding my kids. That's y'all. I didn't grow up with flies flying around my face. Only flies that flew around me is at a barbecue. We can wipe them off. But y'all got flies that sit and stay on y'all face. What type of African flies y'all got? Tell me, Africans, what type of African flies y'all got? Stop giving this guy attention. He trying to pay bills. Food.
Check this out. Let's be clear about it. It is very important to make it clear and known that not every African American is on FBA. So when we're talking about FBA,
Dang, bro. I want to listen to this, but it got too much music in it, and we live. I ain't trying to get in trouble.
Come on, and I've been hearing a lot online about foundational Black Americans versus African immigrants that come here to America and settle and become African Americans. Now, myself personally, I don't have a problem with it because this is the truth. The only difference between foundational Black Americans and African immigrants is we were here longer. That's the only difference. But we are from Africa, the same as they are from Africa. You see, some blacks have this ideal.
Let me just stop right there real fast, cause like even when we talk, like if like I was talking to my mom about this, you know, she like 70, and she said like this, she's like, nah, you know, we got a lot of different groups mixed into us. Like we might have a little African, but that's not it. Like, you know, we got Indian, we got like a lot of different nationalities here in America. like groups from America mixed in us. And I'm like, dang, I didn't, I kind of knew that, but at the same time, it's like, it's different. So you can't even, so even looking at it that way, you can't just say, okay, they African American. Like even looking at it that way, because you going, we so far off from that, the interbreeding and all that went on, like with the Indians, and then the ones that were here that, or we don't never talk about, the indigenous people that was here. I'm just saying, and with white people, doing the things that they did to us, and it was a lot of babies that was made that came out and they was black. So it's like it's a lot of different stuff in there. And I don't know.
That because our cultures are different, we cannot be put in the same category. Sorry, that's hogwash. That's bull. Okay? You see, black does not describe our culture. It describes our race. If you are a melanated person across the world, you're considered black. And they don't care what country you're from. I'm sorry. This is just a...
But yeah, I would actually believe that too if Muhammad Ali didn't say what he said. And that was in the 50s. I would say that. Or, just from me being out in the world and me seeing the difference and seeing it and living it, I could say, no, bro, no, that's not true.
Truth. They don't care where you're from. You're black. Okay? Regardless if you're from Africa or anywhere else where your skin just happen to be melanated, they see you, they go black. Okay? No. So black does not describe our culture. American describes our culture. African describes our ancestry or where our bloodline is from. Okay? And unfortunately, it appears that out of all the different groups on this planet, we're the only ones that have a problem with it. Okay? Asian American culture is not the same as...
Hey, I feel like too, like even our people is not understanding it. We're not saying that we don't have a fragment of African in our blood. That's not what we saying. So why do people say this? It's like, it's like you be talking in circles with people because it's like you understand, but you don't understand. We're not saying anything about Africa. All we're saying is us as Black Americans are different. Like, anybody knows, they can see the difference. When you go there or you go over there, you put them side by side, you're going to know the difference. You're going to say these, like, it's weird, right? Because even us as Black people, if you like here in California, right? If you from like where I'm from, Fresno, and you go to LA, the people in LA gonna know you're not from LA by the way you dress, by the way you walk, by the way you talk. If I from Fresno go to Sacramento, they gonna know I'm not from Sacramento. The other Black people out there gonna know I'm not from Sac by the way that I dress and the way that I talk. So when they even hit me up to ask me where I'm from, they're not saying it like, on some gang shit. They're saying, where you from? Like, I can tell you ain't from here. What city you from? And I'll be like, Fresno. It's like, oh, okay, I can tell because I know this person, and this person, and they sound like you. So I know you not from here. If I go to the Bay and I hop out anywhere in the Bay, it don't matter where it is. Oakland, you feel me? Vallejo, you feel me? To all the way to San Jose. And I meet some Black dudes or some Black people or some FBAs. They do the same thing. Like, where you from? It's like, I'm from Fresno. Oh, dang, I can tell. So even us and our Black culture is different. In the lingo, the way we talk, the way we express ourselves, it's different. So, like, people in California see this all the time. Like, when we go different places, you can tell it's a certain part where everybody act like people from LA, they sound different than people in the middle that's from Fresno, Modesto, Madera, and all these different places, than the people that's in the Bay Area all the way up to Stack. You feel me? Up to Stockton. We got a little bit of each other, but we all still have a whole different slang to where we know we black, but still though, we different as just being blacks. So an African is just outside of us. Even when you like, if we really start narrowing this shit down, you know, anybody in your state, you know, each part of the state is, you know, cities are different. People move different. People talk different. Like, that's the crazy thing about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, you can always make a point without being disrespectful. And I'm not here to be disrespectful. If I hear somebody being disrespectful, yes, I'm going to be a little disrespectful back. That's just what it is. We both do it. But that don't mean nothing. That don't mean that, I'm not just being disrespectful. I'm just saying it ain't no disrespect at all. It's just pointing out the differences. We different. Like, it's okay to be different. Like, it's okay to be different. Like, like I hear them saying about the FBAs. All FBAs ain't the same. You got FBAs and you got foundational Black Americans. And it's like, that's the same thing. See, this is the thing that they don't realize. Us, as foundational Black Americans, like me saying, going to SAC, going to LA, going to the Bay Area, which are different foundational Black Americans, we still, once we see each other, we know we different. But still, though, we come together. We still come together, and then, and we do our thing. So that's the part I think people don't understand, that's outside, that, the Africans and stuff like that. Because you'll have a lot of people like I understand what, like, I am foundational Black American. I'm from here, and I understand it, but I don't follow all their views. You feel me? But that's the same with anybody. Like with anybody, like, everybody is not going to just be the same, bro. Everybody going to look at it differently, but us, we still all come together. You feel me? We still all come together. So I think that's the part they didn't understand. They didn't think that we would all come together, because when you listen to the stories, they're always saying we divided. And it's like, keep on thinking we divided and keep poking this bear. You're going to watch everybody come together like they're doing now. Okay, I might not support all the shit, but I'm going to come together. People that was doing the Pan-African thing, they didn't support all the Pan-African stuff, but they went with it. They didn't follow the teachers. And now, like, that's another thing I keep hearing them saying, is like, Tariq Nasheed is the leader of the FBAs. And it's like, I hear other people say, no, somebody started this name a long time ago. Tariq Nasheed just brought it back around, but everybody followed. They didn't follow the person behind the movement. No, people followed the movement, because the separation that y'all said we're showing you. We separated, but when it's time to come together, we do this. We do this, and we will fight for each other to the end. That's just what we do. That's what we've been doing. We've been fighting for each other forever. You feel me? We're going to have our problems on the inside, but we going to always, when shit get real, we going to come together. Like, period.
Chinese, Korean, or Japanese culture, it's not the same. But do you hear Asian Americans claim or deny or run from the fact that they're Asian? No, they don't. They're Asian American, and they're cool with it.
Nah. See? Because you got the Asians, you got the Cambodians, you got different groups of them too. And they even split up the way I was saying we are. So, come on now. Look, you got to look
definitely
at it full circle,
don't see white
bro.
people whose culture is definitely different from European culture. White American culture is not the same as European culture. Very different. But you don't hear white Americans being ashamed of their European culture.
Actually, you do. We
just have a problem with it. I don't. As a matter of fact, my family got rid of their slave names and took back African last names. That's why my last name is now Kamau. And I'm so proud of my African last name. It's from Kenya. I love it. So, look, just know this. The only difference between African immigrants and us is that we were here longer, only difference, but we're all still from Africa, making us all African American. And I'm cool with that. In the meanwhile, I know some of you might have some problem with it. I really don't care. But please, take care of yourselves and start loving one another.
Hey, like, I get what he's saying, but don't shape things based off your belief, because you're trying to hold on to the system of belief that you have, but you're saying the same thing. I'm Black American. Like, what are you saying? You're saying the same thing. And, you know, and then you're going, okay, well, I can trace my roots back. Okay, we understand that. We're not saying we can't do that. We trace our roots back to a lot of different things. Yeah, I'm not saying it again. I'm not, forget that, bro. I sound like a broken tape player. You know, it's like, you know, because the talking points that they have just be like kind of outlandish. You know, and I know some of us probably have it too, but still at the same time, it's like, nah, bro. It's like you talking to a brick wall.
I woke up this morning, y'all was going crazy on lives about FBAs and African American, and saying that, you know, why Black Americans don't want to be African. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Why y'all don't want to be African is what the argument was. Nobody said that we don't want to be African. You're missing the point. I was reading this book. That's my hometown. Y'all look at it. It says here, written accounts of traders, Indian agents, and explorers through this area date back as far as 1690. So y'all listen to this. So it says, as the colonialists continued their encroachment into the hunting grounds and villages of the lower towns.
My bad. He said nobody is African over here, son. Nobody. Hey, like, how you say this, right? Because they try to use the term everybody came out of Africa, but even as like I said, I talked to my mom, she basically said the same thing. You feel me? Like, we not from Africa, but I'm just saying, you know, we mixed up with a lot of different things. So
the Cherokee, having received guarantees of established boundary lines from King George III in 1763, allied with the British. Encroachment, boundary lines. Let's read some more. Entrepreneur James R. Wiley, along with representatives of the Cherokee and the state of Georgia, worked together to improve the ancient Unicoi Indian Trail as a turnpike by which settlers could be guaranteed safe passage through the Indian Territory to Tennessee. Again, wow. It's not that we don't want to be African. If you use that argument that we're African American, everybody is. We're saying that when the KKK rolled through here and they look at me, I'm Black, and my ancestors were, and they were treated as such. They don't know. They don't know what all I got in me. They look at my skin and I'm Black, and so
they don't know what all I got in me.
For the trials and tribulations that they endured just because these people wanted their land, their space, their identity.
Yeah, we aren't African.
Consequences for that.
Golly. Everybody, look. Your mama, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, if they told you you're not African, put it in the chat. Because I think, you know, a lot of people don't understand. You know, and it's wild. I know why we hold on to that African thing, because that was, you know, that was another code that was put into our program in the 80s. That was something that was coded in to where it tied us back over there, because, you know, it's like they did everything to try to let us know we wasn't indigenous to this place. That's to let us know and understand we are not indigenous to this place. So they try to connect us somewhere else. And it's weird because even when you think of the Ghanaian president doing what he did and saying, you know, like, how would you even know all of us was Ghana? Did some of y'all connect y'all folks back to Ghana or something? Am I missing something? Where you want us to go from Ghana and go over there and help y'all build y'all shit up? When we done already built this right here, we done built this foundation and we stand in it. Like, period.
That's all we're saying. We don't have a country that we can send money to. You know, we if we get money, the money stays here because this is all we know.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's all.
Okay, so one thing that I don't like about people that don't look like me is stop thinking that just because I'm black that I'm African. Like, there is a difference between Africans, Caribbeans, and African Americans. We all have a completely different culture. Like, I don't know anything about Africa. I was born in America. I've never been to Africa. I seen this lady say, yeah, because even Africans don't claim y'all. And it's like, why would they claim us when we've never been there? Like, why would they claim us? You know what I'm saying? And not all African Americans are the same. Like, yeah, you do got the ones that's in the hood and in the slums, but you got some African Americans that done grew up in the suburbs their whole life. They don't know nothing about being in the hood and not eating every day.
And we all know the difference between each other when we see them, but we know we still can tell they foundational Black Americans.
They ain't never lived there. Like, we not all the same. Okay, so one thing that
and that's the part they don't get. We are not all the same.
You're not gonna co-opt what African Americans built in this country. I'm not gonna allow it, and I don't think African Americans gonna allow it. You're a part of a cult led by Tariq Nasheed, the owner and the authority of FBA.
Okay, thanks, Retro, final say, and then we'll get to your question.
He does know that African American is trademarked too, right? Just like Jamaican is trademarked too, right? Just like how you got a lot of business that got Jamaican.
You're not gonna co-op with Africa.
Said Ghana is already building at a faster rate. I wish the president had stayed out of it, but he was speaking for the Caribbeans as well. No, that's another thing, right? That's another thing that I think like we as FBAs is kind of, we getting it wrong, but we right on the head with the Ghanaian president and what he's trying to do. He's trying to basically get reparations from really, well, dang, from us too. I can't lie and say that. I'll be lying because we see him trying to get it from the U.S. too. He's trying to get it from all countries that had anything to do with slavery, and from the ones that actually, you know, the Great Britons that actually started it. Like, I had to basically go in deeper and look at the paperwork and stuff. And when I looked at the paperwork, it wasn't around what, you know, what a lot of people were saying it was around. Like, he was trying to get reparations from just the U.S. for slavery. And it was like, no, he was trying to do it to where they get reparations for everybody involved. But it was the U.S. too. It was the U.S. too. And I'm just going, if that was the case, even if he was, because that's where, like, if I can go pull up the paperwork and look at it right now, like the meeting with the UN and all that different stuff. But how come we weren't included? That's what I didn't understand. Because if you're even trying to get reparations from any other country for slavery, we the ones that endured and went through it for slavery, not the ones over there. Not anybody else. Y'all didn't go through it. You know, y'all had people took from you and different things like that. Y'all gave people. Y'all sold people. Y'all went off and y'all raided villages and took their people in order to sell them to them to bring over here, because y'all was trying to get rid of y'all enemies. Like this shit is like real deep. Y'all was going into y'all enemy territories, taking your enemies, selling your enemies to the United States, Britain, or whoever you were selling them to, and they were bringing them across everywhere, making them slaves. So the ones that are African American, their enemies are the ones that was, you know, kidnapping them and stuff. So I just didn't understand that part. Like, You didn't throw no African Americans or no Americans in that shit, period. You didn't put none of them. You made it seem like it was a problem for y'all and y'all need to get paid off of it. And it's like, dang, bro. I don't know. That shit is just it's stupid. It's hella stupid. Did Africans buck break Africans in front of the entire village? I think they did worse. Yeah, I think they did. Who was that? I am extremely wealthy. Yeah, they did. They did all that. They was doing that before they was doing all that. They was doing all that before the slave trade shit even happened, bro. They was already doing that. That's nothing new.
Since ain't nobody gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. This flag used to represent transatlantic slave trade descendants, right? Right here, this flag right here used to represent the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, right?
Thanks for subscribing, Eric.
This flag right here, the African American flag, right? The African American flag, right? Well, I need you guys to get this flag right here for all the black patriots, because there's something going on. Elon Musk exposed a lot of hackers, trolls, bots accounts. But apparently this flag, they have successfully corrupted the internet. This flag right here represents pretending Indians, pretending Indian, Hebrew, Israelites, Moors. This does not represent but anyone that is a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade. All this bullshit about uniting the diaspora, fuck that shit. Let shit be known. You say get rid of a flag?
They got alligators. They most likely did, bro. You know.
Like that. I'm African American. My people were
I
up
ain't
here
no
in the
use to
transatlantic slave trade, and to unite with the African.
What they doing and what they did, it don't even matter to me. You know, it's just what they doing against us. Like all that stuff that they did and what they doing over there, bro, I can care less. It's just when you start talking about us, that's when it's I feel like, oh yeah, I can chime in because you're talking about me. Like you talking about like we is us is we. So if you talking about that, I can chime in. I don't care about what the hell they doing over there and what they did and we already know the stories. Like think about that. We know the stories of them. So how they don't know the stories of us? Because we know their stories. We know what went on. We know some of the stuff that happened. That was a part of their culture. But that's them. They ain't got nothing to do with me, man.
The Americas, North, South, and Central, we need a flag for them.
They did some wild shit.
We need a flag to recognize all descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. Not to represent a fucking pretended Indian that doesn't even have Arabic or North African Berber blood. Don't even know that Berbers are light-skinned. A fucking colorist said that. Berbers are fucking light-skinned Africans.
What?
Stupid. Yeah, simple as that. This doesn't represent the transatlantic slave trade descendants anymore. It's been hijacked. This means that you are Native American. You were here first, before any Mayan, before a Cherokee. This flag represents that. That's bullshit.
Black Americans, indigenous American Indians, it is I cannot away TikTok's Baltazar, the 5th great grandson of Nat Turner, one of the greatest freedom fighters of all time. On my channel, we talk about journalism, psychology, communication, media, and public relations in relation to protecting the identity of my lineage, Black Americans, indigenous American Indians. I made a video previously about wayward African Americans who are just very upset that people aren't identifying as African American. Now, this woman in particular obviously doesn't know what she's talking about. That's the Black American Heritage Flag. It was never called the African American Heritage Flag. It was created by Melvin Charles and Gleason Jackson. FYI, it was first flown in my city, Newark, New Jersey. Listen, what's going on? I've never heard.
Said, what's going on? He said, to hang African. No, okay, this is the crazy thing, all right? You're going to point out all these things that you know, like I hear what you're saying about James, about Jamie, however you say your name, Jamex, about, you know, all these things. You got to look at it like this. Back in the days, like, you know, you hear about the African tribes and some of the things that they man, I see videos right today where it got the dude, you feel me, like he go over there, because you know the white people, they going to all these places and they making videos about all of Africa, spending time with the cannibals and everything, and they went to one place where the dude friend had did something and he had to knock his friend off, and they ate his friend, And he showed dude, he was like, yeah, he was telling him this is the skull. He was saying it in his language, but he was like, this is his skull right here. He still had the skull of his friend. But that was a big thing back then in those times. You feel me? In Africa, probably before it was called Africa, but in those times, they was doing a lot of rough stuff to each other. Like, we know that. Come on now. So, like, when you look at us and you speak on what the white man did to us, we know the stories. We always talking about it. We said it. People act like it didn't happen. We've been talking about it. It's not nothing new. But the stories that you hear from over there, y'all did it to each other. They did it to y'all too. But y'all was already doing it to each other. Like that's the thing. Like, the history is there. It ain't hard to go look it up and find it. That was a part of the culture. Like, running around with, I talked about it, bro, the machetes. Like, Hotel Rwanda. They run around with machetes, hacking people. I was like, golly, that was hella brutal. That was, it don't get no brutaler than that.
Moors and Hebrew Israelites and American Indians saying that that's their flag, like waving it high and saying, this is a Moor flag, this is a Hebrew Israelite flag, or this is an Indian flag. Have you ever heard someone say that? Like, this is an Indian flag, this is a Moor flag, this is a Hebrew Israelite flag. Is she doing it for clout? Now, the term African American was first popularized in 1988, the year I was born. It was officially put on the USA Census nationwide year 2000. How long ago was that? A lot of people speak about this scuttlebutt about the term African American with this book, something Cornwallis. It's not even noteworthy. That was a self-identifying African American who was unidentified. And someone did a breakdown of that, and the language used wasn't language of Black Americans at that time. Black Americans en masse never called themselves African American. I was teaching people something earlier, and I was saying, for example, if you look at, let's say, any write-up about a pivotal Black American icon or legend or whoever, let's say Madam C.J. Walker, and it says Madam C.J. Walker is African American. Well, African American was popularized 1988, put on the USA Census nationwide year 2000. Back then, people were called colored, Negro, mulatto, Black, or Indian. The Racial Integrity Act of 1924 misclassified, reclassified indigenous Americans from Indian to Negro, colored, mulatto, Black, and even present-day African American. Do you understand how important language is? Barack Obama, they said that he took the word Negro out of literature and replaced it with African American. Why is this problematic? See, the terms Negro, colored, mulatto, Black wasn't synonymous with being African descent. I just mentioned the Racial Integrity Act of 1924. That's a real thing. Do your homework. So if someone is looking for their lineage, particularly their indigenous American lineage, and they go back into these census records and they see these terms, also enslaved, indigenous Americans were the first enslaved before Africans. If you go back and you look for these terms and African American has been imposed on identity, I gave you the example of Madam C.J. Walker. She was never called African American. That wasn't the language of the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Language means things. It's very important that people get language correct. She doesn't even know, this person right here, that flag was never called the African American heritage flag. It was called the Black American heritage flag. Do you see why this is problematic? That flag was never called the African American heritage flag, though the African Americans use it. It was named the Black American heritage flag. Do you see how boldly she stands in being African American? She didn't say Black American. It's not like she's interchangeably using the terms. She's saying she's African American, a new term that's made up, right? So in her bio, she has a Nigerian flag. Is she Nigerian? What else does she say she is? Look at it, and you tell me in the comments. Now, it's funny because someone in the comments said, are you half Nigerian? And she wrote 40% Nigerian and 8% other parts of Africa. What does that mean? Are people putting on their thinking caps? See, all biologists who are not affiliated with ethnicity DNA testing say that it's fake. You cannot determine lineage like that. You can only prove lineage with kinship tests and genealogy. So she's banking her whole identity on an ethnicity DNA test, talking about she's 40% Nigerian and 8% other parts of Africa. What does that mean? Yet she's African American. So you really don't know where you come from. Much like Mona Leo, talking about she's Solon, but doesn't know what Solon mean for the people who identify as Solon. See, you're just picking up things and don't know the true history. Are you doing it for clout? I've never heard Moors or Hebrew Israelites or Indians say, this is the Indian flag. This is the Hebrew Israelite flag. This is the Moor flag. Clout chasing. Listen, no one cares about what you want to identify as. Get on the Clotilda.
Yeah, we can next time, Chris.
Get on the White Lion and go back to Africa. We don't care about global blackness. There is no African diaspora. Africans don't like Africans, okay? Africans sold Africans into slavery if you're going with the
Hey, that's crazy because they even say that. And like, you know, it goes the same for both ways, but it's trippy, everything that they point. It's like, why even point fingers? If you already know your shit stank, ain't no use in pointing no fingers at some shit saying it stank, because your shit stank.
Narrative of the transatlantic slave trade, so they never viewed each other alike based on the way they look. So when people around the world who present black delineate or do not identify as being African, you think they're breaking some moral code that never existed. Africans are fighting Africans today. Nigerians are being kicked out of Ghana and South Africa. Haitians are being turned away from Africa, Barbados.
Hey, this is an all people channel. I don't care who come view. This is anybody can check it out channel. We just diving into what it is. You feel me? Like, period. This is what it is. Look, I didn't create this world. I'm in it just like you walking around.
The Bahamas too. Is it the Bahamas or Barbados? One of them would be named in Jamaica. So what do you mean? Black unity and African diaspora. You're just making up shit. That's why you guys are delusional. You're living in delusion. Africa isn't utopia or you would be there. Why aren't you there? You don't even know who you are. You have a whole Nigerian flag in your bio because an ethnicity DNA test told you. It's an enigma.
Let him troll.
You're Nigerian, but can you truthfully, honestly say you found Nigerian kin in Africa? Someone who's your close relatives? Nice. Blood relation. Did you trace your surname all the way back to a slave ship to Nigeria? Or other countries in Africa? I bet you she didn't. Anyway, if you guys want to know more about me, go to my first pinned post, my second pinned post, and my third pinned post, where I talk about genealogy. I show my kinship test to people I'm related to on Ancestry.com and 23andMe.
I still don't believe in that ancestry stuff. I think that's a hoax, too. I hate to say it. You know, there's many people that I've heard talk about it. It's like, I think that's a hoax.
When you think of black people, you think of foundational black Americans. That's the first thing you think. We are the face of black people around the world. Because this, for the most part, our minds have not been colonized. A lot of people in other countries, their minds have been colonized. That's why they'll sit up and let all types of stuff go down when you are the majority of the population. Now, we gave it the old college try to reach out to other groups. They weren't reaching out. Okay, do you? Do you? Hold your own nuts. Knock yourself out. What we're going to do, we recognize this is our land. See, for a long time, we've been tricked with the word African, not to disparage our African brothers and sisters. Other groups in the Western Hemisphere.
See, how come, like, okay, like, you know, maybe it's just me, because I hear a lot of FBAs, and like, I see, only when we doing this, I see Tariq Rashid say stuff, you know, and usually when somebody come for him, he get back at him. But every time he talk, he going, man, no, he letting them know it's no disrespect. So where's they talking about disrespect at? You know, because I done been on live before and had Africans come in here and call me the N-word. And that's when I was talking about psychedelics. I didn't had it done. So I'm going, and then I wasn't even being disrespectful. I said, I didn't understand how an African call you the N-word. I'm like going, wait, hold on. Like, this is different, you know, like it's a different kind of hate. You know, at first I thought we was the same, but you know, over time you always kind of showed me we weren't. And you know, I apologize for not believing you. My bad for not believing you. Okay, I believe you now. I believe you. 100%.
African Jamaicans, they say Jamaicans. They don't say African Trinidadians, they say Trinidadians. They don't say African Dominicans, they say Dominicans. But we've been tricked to say, okay, well, you are an African American, you're an other. See, when we say African American, that's making us comparative to an immigrant. We have to reject that immigrant talk as it applies to us with everything. There's nothing immigrant about us at all, but we are a brand new ethnic group. And we are a very unique ethnic group who went through a very unique experience, which is the American slave trade. And we survived that. We have to recognize that.
And that's what they don't understand.
People, you think of foundational Black Americans. That's
like
the first thing
that,
we have to face.
like that ain't the only thing that make us different. If you ask me, that is not the only thing that make us different. We just are different. We just are. And it's like, why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Okay, if we wasn't different, why when you dress or you talk or you walk like one of us, why would that even be a thing? Why would people even look at you as being one of us if it wasn't no different? Like when you go and you dress like your culture, with the kufis on, I don't know what those things call, and you dress like your culture, like it's not a problem with your family. But when you come around dressed like one of us, they be looking at you crazy. Like, why you dressed like that? You know, like, what are you doing? It's like, you know, it's a difference. It's a big difference.
This shit got to be studied. It has to be studied. America has dragged the fuck
also, Africa is actually
out of African American people, Black people in America. Dragged the fuck out of Black people in America. And there are still Black people that think they are American. They identify. They resonate. They love America. They love America so much. They love their position in America so much. They love the position that America has given them. I just seen a video. They talking about the FBA. They foaming at the mouth. They are upset. They said Ghana is trying to destiny swap the Black people in America. I want y'all to hear that. Just let it sink in. The FBA, people who identify not as African American, they don't identify with Africa.
You can say that a million times. You can call us, we can say we Native Americans, then the Native Americans gonna get mad. But I didn't know that the Native Americans, they don't do the DNA thing. It's understandable. I wouldn't either, because it's gonna show the trail or maybe the lie. But I think people don't get it, bro. It's like I said, it's like you be talking out the side of your neck. Cause it's like, like we from here. How do we got it twisted? Because we calling ourselves American and we live on American soil. How come anybody come from anywhere will even be able to call themselves where they came from? This is where we from. So if we say we from here, how's that not understood from people, bro? Like, what the hell? These people got to be out there rapping.
They identify as American.
What the?
Black Americans in America. They just identify as Black Americans.
America is the land that we're on. Like when they come from Ghana, Nigeria, anywhere from over there, that's who they identify as. We are American. This is our home. This is where we're from. So why wouldn't we say that? That's not saying, okay, I back everything America is doing. No, America is the land that we're standing on. Like, it's only obvious. It's like, how could you not understand shit? What the hell?
Be clear about that. So they like America.
Thanksgiving started.
They like America.
1961 with the Pilgrims.
They're loyal to America. They're not loyal to Africa. They have an issue with Africa.
We were already.
They have an issue with people coming from Africa over here, cosplaying, as they say, as Black people. They don't like that. They don't like to see Africans in positions in America because they want the positions.
See now, you hear what she said? I'm just saying this, like, you looking at it from both sides. You see how these think, you see how these think. Now I'm seeing how they think, and it's like, no, it's not about do you not hear what you saying? See, that's the first thing you would say. It's like, oh, because y'all getting the better job. No, y'all was given the better jobs. Y'all had access to that stuff. We did not. Y'all had, because of us, you got access to it. We did not. Like Muhammad Ali say, go back around to that, 1959. You could go into a white restaurant. We could not. We don't care about your positions. That's not it. That's not the thing. Like you was given that shit. That you like, despite what? If you would have been one of us, you wouldn't have had that shit. But all that, those are things that we fought for you to come here and be able to do. There's a lot of laws we had passed for you to even come and be able to do what you're doing right now. Like coming to this country from a whole nother country. And then, I mean, from a country that, you know, sometimes they was just doing so bad. Because like I was seeing some of them places, and when the plane was leaving to come here, oh, it was hundreds of thousands trying to get on the plane, standing on the wheels, standing all on the plane and shit. Like, I'm talking about the huge planes. They was all around it. Like, I'm surprised it didn't run nobody over. But then you come here and you act like that ain't where you came from. Oh, I came here and I came from that and I'm doing better than you. Who cares? Who cares? You think you doing better because you bought into the American dream. You telling us what we think about America. We tell you it's a dream. We've been saying that. We've been saying a lot of things y'all don't listen to. You bought into the dream and you come and becoming the dream. When we going, okay, dang, okay, our name, our this is our land. So we're that's gonna be in our name, you know, as foundational Black Americans. This is how I'm looking at it. That American gonna be in our name because when you come here, you come to America. It say coming to America. I'm just saying that's what it say. I didn't make the storyline. It's coming to America. That's basically from Africa.
Whatever position America lets the Black people have, FBA is saying they want that position. And they can't get that position because the Africans are coming over and getting those positions. The foreigners are coming over and getting those positions. And the FBA are really, really, really upset.
Africa, they say.
To the point they will Africans. Shun, hate.
Yeah, right. Huh.
Their literal own. I mean, if you see a Ghanaian, they look just like Black people in America. The Black people in Africa look like the Black people in America because the Black people in America came from Africa. Were kidnapped. And then they had babies generation after generation after generation. They had babies with each other. So they're still just genetically, they're all genetically tied back to Africa. Because once again,
they actually, generation after generation after generation, we breeded with a lot of different ethnic groups. Like, period. If you want to say that.
I'm going to remind everyone. The first being was found in Africa. And she was
not like us.
Black woman. Due to her melanin and carbon in her skin. And genetically, we are all linked.
Yeah, because for one, she taking too long to say what she's saying. And for two, she ain't saying nothing. She's not saying anything.
Black Americans love Africans, and Africans love Black Americans because we're all from the same source. We're all the same. This fake beef that has been engineered to split us apart is all just nonsense. As we can see with I Show Speed in Africa. And that's the majority of reception that people from Black America, the Caribbean, or anywhere else.
Shoot, I So Speed. They was trying to play that boy over there. Tell the truth. Let's be truthful about it. They was trying to play that boy. They was, whoo-wee. I go show them videos and show how they, you know, give us some money.
In the world as outside of Africa receives if they go to Africa. The facts of the matter is there's so much that we can learn from each other. There's so much that Africans can learn from Black Americans, people in the Caribbean.
Now, he said lies and scams. Nah, what he's saying is, it's like kind of true. If it wasn't no scamming, and if it wasn't no bull going on, and if it wasn't no hate, because y'all got names for us. We got jokes for y'all, but it's not just no name. Y'all say African booty scratch. We used to call ourselves that. I see people always bring that up, and it's like, bruh, come on now. But all in all, what's wrong with us just breaking away and just helping the ones that we know is us? Like, why is it a war? Why you guys are turning it into a war? Because y'all been saying y'all was different forever. Y'all been saying y'all was different forever. Cause y'all knew. And now I said, dang, it's a war. Like the big war going on. What war? It's not no war. We just saying we different.
People in Europe.
Hey, it's not cool with that shit. What the hell?
There's so much that we can learn from the people on the continent. It's all love. When are we going to get to the place where we're going to love each other as a people? Because love heals. We've been conditioned to hate.
No, we haven't. That's the problem, bro. Like why they always try to make it say, oh, no, we're trying to love. Like, bro, we loved everybody. As black, we seen it. We, like, a lot of us, if you 50 and over, you seen your parents love everybody and get disrespected. Like, there's not, what are you talking about? You need to learn how to love us. We was already given that. We have been given that. We've been supporting Africa from way, way back. We've been given that love. Behind our backs, you were saying you didn't like us. So how is it our fault if we know these things you were saying and we still loved you and still treated you like one of us, and your folks still talking shit? Like, why am I want to hang around you when you know your folks is talking shit? Like, it don't make sense. You know what y'all said. You know what they said. But I understand when you came around us, you didn't bring it, but you knew what was said. I keep saying this. I can't stress it enough. Ain't nobody in my family never, ever told me to hate Africans. Ever. Not once. Not ever in my life. I've never been taught that. Or any other race. But you go to other races, and that's what you see. You see their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents teaching each other to hate us and not like us. Now, what they trying to do, they trying to blame it on our government. Oh, well, because when we came over here, the government showed you a video, and the video says those people are not like you. Don't hang with those people, and showed us bad stuff about you. Okay, wait, hold on. But where's the truth at? You feel me? Like, the truth is we already know you was talking shit, but we didn't do that. That's what we do know. You can blame it on whatever. Nobody sat up here and apologized. I heard people even going, bro, African booty scratcher. Look, this is an apology to you because we were kids. We was kids. We didn't just call you that. We called each other that as a joke. Because a lot of us believed that we came from Africa. That was a joke. That was a joke for kids. We wasn't walking around as grown men saying that. Still don't do it today. So, I'm just saying, but y'all got grown-up names that you pass down to the kids, that you grown-ups say. Your grown people say. It's a big difference. So I hate when I can't wait till they stop pointing the finger and start pointing the finger to the people within their families that are racist towards us, that they know that they're racist towards us. Stop pointing it at us. Go point it at them, because we wasn't taught to be that. And we still don't teach you. You notice we still don't teach each other to be that. Like, we don't teach each other to be racist towards no other race. Even like with the Mexicans and what we went through with Mexicans and white people. We still didn't teach each other to be we didn't teach our kids to be racist towards them. Because we knew everybody was different. When you come upon a racist person, that's the person you get on them. But we didn't teach our kids to ever be like that. Like, that's wild, bro. And so it's like, why they don't just take accountability for the shit? Just take accountability for it and say, okay, yeah, you right, though. You right. But no. They want to point us out.
Each other.
Say, let's do this love thing.
Literally go against each other.
We've been doing it.
Through that collective experience that we faced where there was imperialism and colonization. We've heard about the Willie Lynch. We've heard about all of these terrible kind of behaviors that they used to create and endorse in us. The only way we're going to overcome them is by loving each other.
The only way we're gonna overcome it is by y'all showing us that, your people are not doing that. But you can't, because you know why? Because if you go back to your people and you tell them what they are doing, they're gonna kick you out the group. Say, what you mean? Them Black Americans, why are you even trying to be cool with them? Why would you even do that? They're gonna kick your ass out the group. You're not going to be in your African group no more. You're not going to be in your Mexican group no more. You're not going to be in your group no more. That's what you're not going to be. And that's, but that's understandable though. You feel me? Like, that's why you keep on being cool. But yet when you go back, you hear the shit and you still hearing it. Go hear it all your life. You feel me? So y'all need to change before y'all try to tell us to change. I don't want to hear that love shit no more. You feel me? That's I ain't gonna tell you, bro. Sometimes I just really feel like the love thing is for suckers. It's almost like love is a disease, you feel me, that some people catch and they start giving it away and they give it to the wrong people. And O'Shea Duke Jackson know what I'm talking about. And then you go and you show all these people all this love and they take advantage of your love. You like think about it. That's why they say love's sick. Because when a lion runs down to jump on a gazelle or jump on a herd of buffalo, who do he go after? He goes after the sickest one, the slowest one, the one that they can see that's lacking, because that's the one they gonna eat. And that's the same thing that they do with us that have that love for everybody. You got the ones out there that's looking for a person like that to take advantage of it. And that's what they do. They take advantage of it and then they move on to their next meal. And it's like, bro, we gotta watch ourselves, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like with this love shit and everything and wanting to be nice and all that all the time, bro. Like we gotta watch that, because I've been the victim of that, just being too nice all the time. And people take advantage of that shit. That I'm telling you, the predators is looking for the victims that's gonna be the lovable ones. That's going to go for anything. This is what they're out looking for. And once they get you, bro, you feel me? They going to eat you alive. They going to eat you alive, period. You see how them lions be eating them animals that they catch, them slow ones? And they start from the ass up. And the animal be just looking at them and you going, damn, you got to watch yourself get eaten? Like you eat your ass smooth alive from the ass up. They start right at the ass cheek. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's the best choice of meat. But that's where they start at. And you feel me? And like people do the same thing. And this goes for everybody. This ain't saying that this is just what Africans do. No, this goes for a lot of different people. That's why we get caught slipping with a lot of friends that we had that got over on us in a different time, because we were playing that nice game, thinking we can help everybody, and you can't. It's impossible. So I'm just saying, that's a food for thought for you. You feel me? Every once in a while, I'm going to give you this kind of game and let you know, be careful. You feel me?
If it wasn't for the black man nigga, you would be nothing. That's what a lot of Africans always say to me. And I'm pretty sure y'all have heard Africans say that to you also. If it wasn't for the white man, you wouldn't have nowhere to sleep. You wouldn't have EBT. You wouldn't have Section 8. You wouldn't have paved roads. You wouldn't have a car. You wouldn't have a job. That's what they say to us. They always give credit to the white man. I know it's a lot of Africans say that. And I had to sit and think for a minute. Are these Africans projecting? Are they projecting something to me that they want to be next to white mommy and white daddy? Is that what it is? Then I had to think a little harder. Start to look from where they from. Like Nigeria, for example. I was saying to myself, these Nigerians always tell me about the white man. Maybe they want the white man to give them gifts like the white man has always done to the people in Africa.
I seen the lady in Africa say that. Say, yeah, y'all got to be careful about these white men because all white men ain't got money. When you see a white man from America, all of them are not rich. I said, dang. So wait, so y'all was over there? Every time y'all see a white dude come over there, or y'all come over here and y'all meet a white dude that be talking to you, you thought they was rich? That's what your ass get. That's what you get. Like, period.
Think about this, y'all. I really think that white people should run Nigeria. Kick out all the presidents, kick out all the councilmen, kick out everybody that got some hands in politics out there, and put in white people for the Nigeria. Or any other country in Africa. Okay, just think about it. Because it seems like Africans want white people to help them, but they project it on us like white people gave us something. White people never gave us nothing in America. We fought for what we wanted. But it seems like y'all want white mommy and white daddy to hold your hand. Teach y'all how to be civilized. Teach y'all how not to put garbage in the sewer. Teach y'all how not to have police on every checkpoint and taking people money, extorting people. Okay, it seems like y'all need the white man to run y'all airports.
I see. This is why. Like, I see a lot of content creators be going off on him because these mothers be going off on him. So when he get back at him, he clapping back. Well, he pulling out. We got switches over here, okay?
Travelers, black travelers,
switches and swishers,
harassed and extorted for money. I think the white man come out there. I think he was civilized, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I think if the white man ran y'all country and y'all saw a white face, y'all would be just fine. That's what I think. And I honestly think that Africans want the white man to run their country.
Wow.
Y'all have a good. If it wasn't for the black man.
That's crazy.
What's going on, y'all? Listen, man, I was riding on this 10-hour trip thinking how innovative our ancestors was. You know what I mean? Just thinking about how we made things out of necessity and survival.
Right,
and how it helped us today. Like the cotton gin, I think even the broom, I think even the light, just everything we have invented came from survival and necessity. And I was just sitting here thinking like, man, what if my grandma and granddaddy, moved to Africa, right? Back in the 40s, like the 30s and 40s. And they moved to, let's say, Nigeria. Even though Nigeria wasn't created, I'm just going to say you Nigeria, the landmass of Nigeria. Let me just say that. And they moved out there. I couldn't imagine my grandma and granddaddy allowing flies to fly around them. I just couldn't imagine. And reason why, and let's say my grandma did allow that, they're going to find a way. How can we repel these flies and mosquitoes off us? In West Africa, I see lemongrass. Let me use the lemongrass. My grandma and granddaddy would have used lemongrass to repel the flies and the mosquitoes. Why it's not cool to see African kids till this day in this modern era still have flies and mosquitoes flying around them when they have an abundance of lemongrass. That's not cool, man. And it just make me feel good to be a black American and see, even including myself, even I have created things out of necessity and survival so I can eat and do things for my children and stuff like that. But it's just sad to see all those black people.
Where did that come from? He said to all the Taylor communities, wherever you reside, the meth pipe using community is not your friend. Wait, why? Where? I can't wait to hear this. Why do you say that? Oh, what the hell? Oh my God, man!
I was riding a lemongrass. That's not cool, man. And it just made me feel good to be a Black American and see, even including myself, even I have created things out of necessity and survival, so I can eat and do things for my children and stuff like that. But it's just sad to see all those Black people in these countries that allow the mosquitoes and the flies to still fly around them till this day. I totally understand.
Man, he's saying that, but y'all know, like back in the days, they got our parents and our grandparents when they showed that shit on TV through the commercials. They was sending them money. I never did, but I seen some of my older folks. They was sending in that little money.
If y'all don't have the capability
they wasn't even
make
getting
fly swatters, but y'all do have lemongrass out there, and it can repel the mosquitoes and the flies. Y'all used it.
Hey, look, ain't that a trip, though, when you really think about it, right? The white man was making money off of them way back then. They was showing us them commercials, making money off of them. Now, they get to go over there and they still making money off of them, producing content on them. Like, look at this city. Look how they live. We need to help them. They still do it right today. Right today. And them are white people. So y'all shouldn't even be mad at us at all for nothing.
Africans, you can use that. See, if a Black American was out there, we gonna figure out a way how to get these goddamn flies off of us, because we don't like bugs flying around us. We just don't like this shit. We just don't. So as my grandma and granddaddy get out there, they gonna figure out a way like, hold up now. We left our fly swatters in Mississippi. Let me figure out a way. Okay. My granddad probably would have created his own fly swatter, but let's just say he's dumb, like an African, right? Let's just say he's dumb like that. My grandma gonna go in the grass, and she gonna know how to work the land, and she gonna get the lemongrass, and she gonna do whatever she need to do, and she gonna use that to repel the flies and the mosquitoes.
Wow, bro.
Check this out.
Thanks for subscribing. Dang, this one the one got the music in it. I can't watch that.
Have the same cultural connection with Africa. And notice people are desperate with trying to force us to identify as an African. Now, racially, we're African people. Racially, ethnically, we are a different group. Ethnically, we're foundational Black Americans. I acknowledge my African racial inherent DNA.
Damn, for the Africans out there, you just heard what he said. So I don't know why you keep on saying that. We trying to not say we got some African in us. It's in there somewhere. I don't understand why they take it so far to go, well, they just trying to, disown their African heritage. And it's like, yeah. When they say that, bro, you just know they don't get it. Ain't no use to talking no more after that.
And the connection I have with other African descended people globally. We have a connection as far as intrinsic race and biology. So I acknowledge that. No problem with that. When I travel to Africa or any other place where there are Black people, I see a commonality with that.
No, it wasn't.
But we're also a people who have a very unique ethnic background, and that's us being foundational Black Americans. That goes just beyond the skin tone. All right, we better understand ethnicity, because when we're talking about our ethnic background as foundational Black Americans, now we're talking.
So it's about the same as them too, because if it wasn't called Africa back then the tribes probably, I wonder how old are a lot of different tribes, and what tribes are actually the oldest. Because if some of them change names, then yeah, that's weird.
Talking about culture now, because we have a different culture. We have a different culture. We have different styles, different belief systems, a different lineage that's unique from other people. All right? We do have ethnic differences that are unique to us, just like other people have ethnic differences that are unique to them. Jamaican people who are right there in the Caribbean, even though they're descendant from African people too, even though they're descended from African people, they have a unique ethnic culture. Now, we got somebody waiting. Y'all took her comment down. There's a girl in the comment section.
So are they African Jamaicans? Like, are they African Jamaicans, or are the Caribbeans? Are they African Caribbeans, or like African Haitian?
Named
Like,
Indian Red,
thing?
who said, Tyreek, no, we don't. All right, let me get on y'all niggas for a minute. Let me talk to y'all for 1 minute. All y'all Negroes who are now trying to claim these Indian tribes. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, let me stop y'all Negroes with that claiming Creek and all of that shit. All right, y'all can stop that. Okay, because now there's Negroes now. We is the Creek Indians. Okay, hold on, because we see that, and then sometimes people try to make it seem like I'm on that. No, y'all better stop with that trying to claim them red tribes. No, those red tribes have been remixed. That's not going to work. Now, where y'all at? Come on. Y'all Negroes, her name Indian Red. No, Indian Red and other Negroes like that. All right, let me talk to y'all who are trying to claim, the dumbass, lame Callaway crowd. There's a reason why dumbasses like that are not taken seriously. No, y'all can't claim them red tribes. That doesn't work. That's not going to work for you. Claiming them red Indian tribes, that's not going to work. Even though there were some
different naps.
Aboriginal tribes and some of the Choctaw and some of those people who were reclassified as Negro, yes. There were a lot of Native Americans who were reclassified as Negro. This is absolutely true, especially out here in California. There were a lot of those Aboriginal tribes.
Every man must declare.
Really out here heavy. The Mojave, these were like black tribes. The Ohlone tribe, these tribes look like African tribes. They got reclassified as Negro, and then the white supremacists infiltrated them tribes already. They've been infiltrated by the dominant society now. So what, you gonna reclaim them tribes now? Boy, that's an uphill battle. Where the feather-wearing Negroes now? Because are y'all gonna try to reclaim them tribes now? Boy, that's an uphill battle if y'all think you're gonna do that. Those tribes have already been infiltrated by $5 European Indians. Wow. They've already been infiltrated. All right? They've already kicked the black folks out of those tribes a century and a half ago. They done already kicked them out those tribes. All right?
That's crazy how we when we do our ancestry, which is crazy because we don't, that's the cool thing about a lot of us FBAs. We don't have to go into a computer really, because even when I went into the computer and was doing searches, I just went to one family member and he had everything, birth certificates, everything. All the way back to the 1600s. And I'm going, wait, hold on, how you get all this? That's what we do, as we pass that shit on to the next family member. The one, whoever we pass, but we keep kind of passing it down in order so we have our own stuff, because all they did was rewrite everything. They rewrote everything, but they can't rewrite it on us. That's what's weird, right? Because the rewritten shit is what they teach to everybody. But we go to our family members and they tell us a whole different story. Wait, this is what happened. This is what happened. This. We was Blackfoot Indian. You feel me? We was Choctaw. Your great grandmother was full-blooded Indian. We got these stories in the family. We don't have to do a DNA test. DNA test for what? We don't got to do that in order to know where we came from or what we are. And I think that's another thing that a lot of people got misconstrued, because we don't have to do that. That's what we don't have to do that. We already know. We've been knowing. But when we say it, they got the history books, a lot of shit was wrote different. They messed up a lot of shit on purpose. On purpose.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go that route or claim some type of allegiance to those tribes, the best thing to do is go for the Treaty of 1866, where those tribes are supposed to give the same resources and benefits to the freedmen that were associated with them. And that's another thing. A lot of the black natives, they either reclassified them as Negro or reclassified them as freedmen. Just said, okay, they were freed they were slaves that we had. Yeah. So that's going to be an uphill battle if you want to try that. That's kind of a waste of time. You know, that's kind of a waste of time because the Red Indians, they've already been absorbed into either black society or white society. They've already been absorbed. That's why when you see these tribes now, it look like a whole bunch of Justin Timberlakes. When you look at the tribal chiefs of some of those tribes, those federally recognized tribes, they look like the Bee Gees. Yeah? They've been infiltrated already. So you can play that game and fight that uphill battle with that. And trying to claim that, you want to claim some kind of allegiance with the Creeks, who basically got a bunch of suspected white supremacists running things over there now. You understand? They've been flipped. They didn't turn white, dude. We are a specific ethnic group. We are foundational Black Americans. We are a very unique ethnic group. You dig? And that's why self-classification is important. Trying to align yourselves with a group that's already been infiltrated, how's that going to work for you?
Like, this is what I can't understand. Like I said, I don't be just watching a lot of Tariq Rashid videos. I think I seen Hidden Colors a long time ago, but I'm going, why do they be making it seem like this dude is acting like a leader of the FBAs and like he always just downing people? And it's like most of the videos I see when people come for him, he get on their case. But a lot of people be hitting him with misinformation, and it's like they get mad because he's giving them the information back in the real way. And it's like, wait, hold on. So, yeah, what's the problem? What's the problem, bro? I'm going to have to...
For real. I'm all about doing things that's practical. Trying to realign yourselves with a group or a tribe that's been completely infiltrated right now. They done infiltrated them things left and right.
Yeah. Family genealogy is, yeah.
So, us identifying as the ethnic group we are an ethnic group, and we're self-identified. We'll get more strength there because we're going to be more codified there. We're going to be more codified there because us acknowledging our foundational Black American heritage, we do acknowledge the Aboriginal, the African, and the foundational. Because I don't have a problem with Africa. I don't have a problem with African DNA. You got some of these dudes trying to claim these red tribes talking about we ain't got no African DNA. I don't know what you're talking about because we're mixed in with African people. We are mixed in. I don't know where y'all going with that. I don't know what that bullshit is about. And then you got people who try to attribute that nonsense.
But that's what they said about a lot of different groups. You know, it's basically people trademark the name. And you know what that don't mean anything because like, I'm gonna say it again. Like, you know, I understand the whole FBA movement. I know what it is. I feel like, you know, cause I am a foundational Black American and I don't go behind nobody, man, bro. I don't follow no man. You feel me? I just understand shit in a way that I understand it and I go, oh shit. You feel me? That's some shit that'll work for our people. And like, you know, I never looked at it as like, since I've been starting these, you know, you don't see me playing Tariq Rashid or any other these other people that I see that basically people are calling the leaders of the FBA. And I ain't seen nobody say they was a leader yet. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'll see something different later on, but I ain't seen it yet. I just understood that everybody was, you know, man, they was talking about it because this was some shit that was for us, and it was like creating a divide, like going, no, we're different than them over there. This is us. That is them. That's what I seen. And I said, well, but that's the truth. Like, there's no lie in that. By us going, okay, yeah, we're American, we're Black Americans, which we were Negro Americans, and we were still Americans. And they switched our name and gave us all these different names, and then we take one for ourselves, and then it's a problem. Oh, the FBI created it. It's like, how come every time we do something, like, the FBI got to, like, you have people throwing the monkey wrench in it, trying to destroy it. It don't matter what it is. It don't even be nothing bad, but people will turn it into being bad. And that's the part that's kind of just messed up. It's like, you make it bad. Like, other people are going to make this thing bad. And then other people are going to talk shit, and they going to call us the N-word like they've been doing. And now you got FBAs going off, calling you guys out your name and talking about your country. And that's a problem. You feel me? That's a problem. That's where the problem comes in, because when it comes to, like I say, when it comes to talking shit, we invented that. This is what we do, bro. Like, we invented talking shit. That's how every time we got to a video where somebody came in and they was talking shit to him, they couldn't handle his mouthpiece. We invented talking shit. This is what we do. So if you come for us and we get on you, bro, we're going bad. Just like you went bad. You think you can talk bad about us? We can talk worse. 10 times worse. And a lot of times I'm seeing everybody's not talking bad about y'all, but y'all been talking. That's the thing. I think that's the thing that infuriates me, is y'all been talking bad about us. Shit ain't nothing new. So even me saying that again, I feel ignorant. I feel ignorant have to tell you what you already doing. It's like, what the, man, come on, bro. You know that shit you did. You know what y'all did. You know what your families did. You know, but you try to act like you don't know. Like, and they still doing it right today. They've been doing it since time began. They've been doing it. It's nothing new. Y'all even do it with each other, and y'all try to say that's what we do. No, y'all do the same thing, but y'all talk about us at the same time while trying to be us. It's like we talk about y'all, but yet we try to imitate y'all. We dress like y'all. We talk like y'all, and then we come out and say, "No, I'm one of these," and you like, "Wait, what the fuck? I thought you was one of us." Then how come you ain't standing within your own culture, dressing like your culture, doing your thing? Why is it hard to do that? Oh, it's hard to do that because yours don't produce the funds that just being one of us produces. It don't, that lifestyle, that thing that we are, it don't get that. It don't get no play. You feel me? It's like it's trying, but nah, I don't get the kind of play that being one of us gets. That's why, y'all did it. I had to dress like them. I had to act like them to even be all these different things. And that's what they did. Hey, wait, hold on. Let me see. That's gonna say, man, wait, deleted by who? Dang, I didn't even see what she was saying. Why'd you delete her comments? Let's see. I gotta see first.
To me, I've never said that I don't have African DNA. Yeah, I do. But I'm still a foundational Black American. You think? We got to talk real. We got to talk real here.
What is it?
Have the same cultural connection with Africa.
Hi, Nani, stop giving this guy attention. He trying to pay bills. Food stamps ran out, remember? Now listen, to all my people around the world with poverty flags, to all my third worlders around the world, I want y'all to listen to me and listen to me good.
Hey, look, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but if you even look on the other side, it's that, like, the other side, a lot of them has been like hate groups. Like, they have been like hating on this culture over here. Like it's always been hate on this culture. That's something that we don't even have to point out. We just know what's going on, bro. We just, we've been knowing this been going on. And I guess you would have to be one of us to understand it. So now when like people get mad and they start calling it out and they're saying something about it, now it's like a real problem. Now it's a cult. It's this, it's that.
Do y'all think it's a dig to say that I'm on food stamps? Do you think that I'm embarrassed that y'all say I'm on food stamps? My poverty flags and my third worlders around the country, I want that to seep in your mind for a second. I want y'all to think about it. I'm on food stamps. And y'all in a third world country or repping poverty flags. Think about this now. Think about it. You mean to tell me if your government offered the citizens in your homeland food stamps, the citizens wouldn't take it? You know how hungry them people is, man? You know I do lives, right, from people from Africa, and they be hungry. Real talk. They be hungry. People be sending me meerkat gifts and stuff. And I see the Africans going crazy in the comments, be like, and I can just see how they type it. They be typing in their own little language and say, I can say, yeah, when they see a meerkat, like they ready to hunt the meerkat through the phone. They be hungry. And you mean to tell me your people want to sell food stamps? But listen, especially my African people. African, I'm going to tell you a secret that you don't even know. The people that leave your country, let's say your African family that come to the United States, they on food stamps too. Oh yeah, and they ain't got no money. Listen, once again, African people in Africa, you know why your cousin...
Okay. I'm about to... I was trying to get to this other video. I never got to it. Oh, here we go.
The battle started with the FBAs and Africans. But now the African Americans have taken over and they're kicking the ass of the FBA. I mean, the FBAs are getting your ass kicked by the African Americans. The African Americans are like, y'all need to go sit down somewhere.
This dude right
We gonna handle y'all. I just listened to a live with an African American going at an FBA, and the African American was kicking their ass. I mean, the FBA had lumps all over their heads. Like I said, oh my God, what the hell is going on here? I mean, the African Americans really know the FBAs, right? So the African American was just going at it, talking about the FBA wasn't shit. I mean, they're losers. I mean, African American was kicking the FBA ass. The FBA is going to do nothing. Keep it up, African Americans.
What is he talking about, bro? You're not making sense. You're not making no sense. Like, I ain't seen nobody kicking nobody's ass. I seen a big back and forth, a huge back and forth. You feel me? I seen a lot of jokes, and like on the jokes that I was seeing, you Africans was not winning at all. At to the all, but it is what it is. This shit be hella funny, bro. What the hell, man? They know. They said delusional, hella delusional. Hella delusional. But I gotta go. I gotta go do some things. I gotta take a break, bro. I thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like the video. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. And we'll be back. We'll be back in a little bit. You feel me? For sure. I don't know what we gonna talk about next, but golly, man. And I'll tell you, what'd be wild? Yeah. So I'm gonna let you know this. Like me even saying FBA or I ain't being disrespectful. I don't have to be. I don't I don't have to tell you what the fuck you already know. Even looking at the differences, I don't have to tell you because I'm gonna let you think what you want to think because that's what you can do. It's your thoughts. You can think what you want to think. So I'm gonna let you do that. But I don't have to talk bad. If you talk bad, I'm gonna talk bad back. I'm gonna clown back. That's just what we do. But all at the same time, bro, just man, let's focus on ourselves. Let's just do that. All right. Can y'all focus on y'all self? Because when y'all focus on y'all self, when we make you focus on yourself, it's ugly. It's just not a pretty sight. Like, period. But on that note, y'all have a good day.